What's up, guys? Doug Lane here, Fast Lane Car Care. Today we got a 2000s. It's actually a 2000 Pontiac. I believe it's a Bonneville. We got this back window situation going on here, and I just wanted to take a second because this is a little bit different than what we normally do. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I am not an expert in the older stuff, man. With these crazy back windows, that's just not my thing. It's being in Ohio, most of these cars are rotted out and in the scrapyard by now. This is kind of a really super clean example for, you know, being 22, almost 23 years old. But I want to show you something. I already did the other side, and I was like, you know what? I better just go ahead and film this, because I'm sure it'll help somebody someday. So we set this up normally, like I normally would with dry shrink. And as you can see, like, this side keeps wanting to come up. So at first I was like, well, I don't really know how I want to tackle that. So I just did what I always do. Just jump into it with the heat gun and start moving some stuff around and see what happens. So let's just go ahead, get the top part done here real quick. Kind of let the heat do its thing. This car is kind of a pain because it has one of those like big old antenna things that double side tapes on there. And the customer wanted it. They want it back because they just like the 90s 2000s vibe. So I had to be, you know, kind of delicate, which I've never broken one taking it off, but it just adds that much more time and pressure when you know you got to put it back on. And then of course you got to get the double-sided tape goo off of the inside of the glass and also the outside so that you can shrink it. All right, so right here's our border. Right here, comes up through here, so we're good there. And now what I want to do, and I suppose you could choose your own adventure here and just kind of see what it wants to do, because you can see once it's wet, it kind of holds down, but we still have a lot of film here. I'm gonna work in the middle and hopefully pull some of this out, and yeah, we'll just see how it goes. One thing that does kind of suck about this car, it's got such a big trunk, and it's pretty wide for me being short. It's kind of a pain to reach across, and I'm not gonna lie, but we'll get it, you know. And it rained last night. I was being lazy. I should have put this in the garage last night, but like I said, I got lazy and I didn't. So we're gonna deal with a wet car. I see we gotta be careful. If we just keep shrinking right there, it's probably gonna pinch. So we're just gonna kind of move this around a little bit. Just reading the film here, you can see how this is wanting to curve this way. I've said it many a times on these back windows videos. It's telling you where it wants to go. So this is where this is kind of deceitful, because you think like it's not wanting to stick, you gotta do all this crazy stuff, but it's really simpler than you think. So when we get to here, hopefully you guys can see I got this little ripple right here. I don't want to I don't want to shrink it if I don't have to. Let's see if we can't stretch it without creasing it or anything. We're just basically pushing moisture right now. Okay. So still got a little bit of tension here. We can probably make it work. I feel like that's probably below the border, but see if we can't just kind of finesse it to where it wants to stay down. Boom. So a little combination of shrinking, stretching, blah blah blah. You know, I'm not really convinced that we've got to do too much on this bottom corner. I feel like as long as it's laying smooth, you know, there's no bubbles, I expect it to kind of peel up like it's trying to do, just because of the way this window's shaped. I don't know if the camera does it any justice, but it's like it goes this way at the top and then it kind of goes down like this. It's weird. It's kind of bubbled and concaved at the same time, so I don't know. But we're gonna find out. So I just want to kind of push this down one more time just to make sure it's, you know, gonna somewhat stay. I imagine after we do our little final trim here, it's probably gonna, you know, change some things. So that being said, I'm feeling froggy. I might just use this light if it fits, being that this thing's freaking giant. Hey, that's a start. And then, you know, I don't know, I guess we're just gonna have to deal with that. Probably run our other light here. Oh, hey, let's put a battery in this. Got all kinds of stuff going on, man. Got the heat press down there. I pressed some shirts. If you follow the channel for a little while, you know we've got some merch on the Teespring, but I'm just not really impressed with what they do and how they do it. So I think we might just start doing it ourselves. We've had all the stuff to do our own t-shirts, and that heat press over there actually has all kinds of attachments, guys. It's got stuff to do mugs, like different presses to do circular things, and this, that, and the other. So I don't know, we got some plans. The other bad thing about Teespring that I've never heard anybody really talk about is they don't just pay you. Like, you know, they owe you this money from this merch that you've sold. They don't just cut you a check. They make you, I think you have to get Payoneer, or they might do PayPal. I don't remember. I don't deal with PayPal. Long story there, but so this Payoneer thing, you've got to get a different, you know, you got to do another account, you've got to link it to your bank, and it's really shouldn't be that difficult. But like I said, the biggest issue is their quality kind of sucks, which, you know, it's not like they're bottom of the barrel prices. So for the money spent, I expected a little bit better quality. What I should have done, we all know hindsight's 20/20. I should have ordered samples myself, and then, you know, checked all that stuff to see if it was going to be a good fit. But live and learn. probably not the best cut here, but that's okay. Whoa. Let's see what kind of gap we have across the top. Oh, we got a huge border across the top, so we can... just kind of fly across the top here. The only thing we really got to watch out for is the fact that it's got that little button for, I believe it's the antenna, but I could be 100% wrong. Another thing you got to kind of think about on some of these older cars is the thickness of the glass. So if you cut your pattern like, you know, where you think it's going to be right on the money, sometimes that glass is so thick that once you put it on there, it's actually, your pattern's actually a bit long. Ran into that yesterday. It was a pain because I had to cut around defroster tabs, and I couldn't just take the defroster tabs off because it's a super old car, like 90s, and I normally don't work on cars that old, but I just felt like it, I guess, and I regretted every minute of it. So couldn't just take the little tabs off because they were just gonna break. I didn't want to fix them. And it's Ohio, so defrosters are kind of important here. Yeah, that's nice and ugly, but guess what? It's gonna go down in there, so it's not really gonna matter. Goodness. Let's just see what we got going on here. See how that just went down. We got a little finger over there. Might as well touch it up. One of these days, I won't have to switch cords. But that day is not today. So just want to make sure. I don't know what this little guy's all about right here, but okie dokie. All right, boys and girls. I don't really feel like, really don't feel like working today, but you know, just have to, just got to do it. Trusty steel wool pad that's apparently I need a few towels, probably plenty enough there. We missed Tool Talk Tuesday this week. Oh shoot, these seats are slippery. Normally, I do Tool Talk Tuesday videos. I actually record them generally, you know, Thursday or Friday, and then I edit them, upload them, and just schedule them for release for Tuesday. But this past weekend was my oldest daughter's birthday, so we just had a ton of running around and getting stuff ready for it, and then the actual party, and I just ran out of time to film it. I mean, I could have just thrown something together, but I wanted to actually, you know, make it worth your time. Not just post a video just for the sake of posting a video. Also, congratulations to us, the community here. We finally broke 500 subscribers. Yeah, buddy. That's why I hate working on old cars. I don't know if you can see that. That's just off that freaking deck lid. So we definitely can't let the film touch the deck lid, because it's falling apart. Yep, about the standard there. Clean that off. Yep, see that? I'm just gonna have to make it like just a straight blanket statement. Look at her headliner. She's missing. She's Bluetooth. It's gone. Sunroof cover is gone. Which is weird, because like the rest of this car is in great shape. You know, the seats aren't tore up really. They're starting to crack because obviously they're 20 some years old, but they're not ripped, tore, not wore out. There's no holes in the floor mat from like the, you know, the driver's foot wearing it out. It's pretty impressive that it's in such good shape, but it's just old car problems, man. That's why I really don't like working on them, but I suppose if I'm going to, might as well do it this time of the year, where, you know, business is kind of slowing down, so it's not a huge deal. You know, during the summer when you've got, you know, people practically beating down your door to get window tint, and you're doing multiple cars a day, it's pretty tough to want to spend the extra time doing a car like this where you've got a lot of extra prep. I did charge him $10 extra, which really isn't enough because, like I said, I had to mess with this dumb that stupid antenna. I had 20 some minutes in that, and that doesn't even count all the freaking like child safety stickers or theft stickers, whatever. Like every freaking window had a, you know, one of those stupid stickers from the factory. So I had to peel all those off, get all that adhesive residue off. So is what it is. I think I might set you guys up outside. Alright. Stick with me here, I'm gonna grab a tripod. Alright guys, we're back. Figured I'd put you out there, you might be able to see a little bit better. Just gonna reverse roll it like we would anything else. See what happens. I know you guys can't see it, but right here there's a piece of the headliner, and that's obviously not good, so I want to go ahead and fish that out real quick before it tacks up any further. All I'm going to do is use a piece of house wrap tape. don't know if you guys can see that, but right behind my finger is a big chunk of that headliner, and then there was another little piece there. We weren't able to get out of this top corner. We weren't able to get all of it off of there. I'm not gonna redo this whole back window for a little bit of that brown headliner stuff, simply because it's completely exposed. We can tape it all up if we want, but that's still not gonna guarantee us that it's not gonna come down from the inside, if that makes sense. And quite frankly, for a 22, 23-year-old car, it seems a bit overkill. I hope that makes sense to everybody. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. We got our towels over here. So, you know, if this was a 21, 22, I mean, you know, pretty much anything else, I'd go ahead and just redo it, because right up here, I know you can't even see it, right up here there's a couple little specks of this brown chunk, this brown stuff. I'm not really sure what it is. I'm sure it's probably, it looks like some kind of a fiberglass, the way it's woven, but I'm not 100% sure. You can kind of see right in here. We fished most of it out. I'm sure once it's completely dry, it'll be a little bit more noticeable, but we're just gonna point it out and say, hey, look, you know, your headliner's literally falling apart. Well, really the headliner's non-existent. The backing board is what's falling apart, but you know, other than that, that's really the only contamination or anything that we got. So I call that a win. All that's left now is just wipe down the inside, just get the drips, try to remove some streaks, and then of course do any little touch-ups. I saw we have a little finger around the top. It's just where it needs to be pushed out. Moisture needs pushed out and absorbed. Hard card and a shop towel work fine, but there you guys go. 2000 Bonneville. Hopefully you never have to do any of these, because they're kind of a pain in the butt, but like, not really, you know, if that makes sense. Like, it's not terrible. It looks worse than it is, but thanks guys for watching. I really appreciate all the likes and the subscribes and the comments. That means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks.